Nuhati Kishilaming, Katawanawama, Now Kokinakia, the end of my Lati, Kulaha Kaski, Wilitihana, which meaning village, Namane, Wemakiku, Okwile Nakotu, Nanelakich. So, this prayer, which is offered here today, I've asked the Creator to look over all of us who have gathered here, to keep us safe, keep us free of harm, and to help open our hearts and our eyes to the beauty that surrounds us. And finally, the words, let it be so. Like the forest, let it be so. I appreciate and value each of you and the energy and the spirit that you brought here today on this special occasion. We are faced with the reality of a very challenging and troubling time. And our way through this period of time, is the same way that our ancestors, the Lenape, here on this island, survived a genocide. I also, Christina, loved your words about the rocks and how they break up and everything that's going on that's not seen. You know, that's very true for the world, isn't it? It's true for each of our lives. Those unseen things that give us strength, that nurture us, that cause us to grow strong. The magic that exists in the greater world, in nature. It's all around us. That's the beauty. Wow. Say something.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's an honor to be here with all of you. I want to say something about Lenape Center. We founded Lenape Center in 2009 with a mission of continuing Lenape Hopi, continuing the homeland, which includes where we are today. And I remember early on sitting at a meeting, someone asking what our mission was at Lenape Center. To which I replied, to continue Lenape Hopi. And this individual laughed in my face. Sometimes what seems impossible is just waiting for us to challenge that impossibility. Yes, we can return life in a place where life has been prohibited. We can return relationships in places where relationships seem to be the last thing in people's minds. Ultimately, the entire story of whether it be the Lenape people, your ancestors, all of the people who have made this city what it is today comes down to that human scale of relationship. But that human scale relationship is made possible each and every day through Mother Earth and her blessings. That's what we have to remember, that we are here in a relationship with life that has been here since the beginning of time, and life that we are helping to bring back, to return. And so one can say Lenape Center is returning the cultural presence, returning what has been. But we actually, we believe in looking forward. We believe in looking to the next generations to guide us and lead us in our actions. best way that we know how. And we continue through partnerships, through collaborations, through that organizational, relational way. So that's why we are here today. You know, we've seen through the last 15 years a lot of very competitive organizations. Our would-be allies sometimes realizing that they're actually competing with us with this sense of scarcity of resources. Really a model that's based on a corporate model. But the reality is we share a collective future. We share one single future. And that's why we are here today. We share in that future. And for us to make the world one that's habitable for our children and grandchildren, it's going to take all of us working together. So that's how in that way, I want to say, welcome. Welcome everyone. Nalolinda Muhuna Elipaku Lenape Hoki Ulao Sihimo and Afiaku. We are glad because all of you have come here to Lenape Hoki. Live well while you're here. Live well, live in that balance and in harmony, in peace, and in that relational way.
So thinking about kinship and relationships, I grew up in Oklahoma, and my aunt used to always refer to our kinfolk to be in touch with your kin, to be in harmony with your families. And I see this forest as a kinship, because earlier with Christina, I visited the goldenrod and the white asters, who are shading the tiny oaks, giving them cover, giving them shade, keeping them healthy and safe until they mature. So they're really not let loose until they're teenagers and they can stand tall on their own. And we, as part of the human race, share that same kind of relationship with the earth and with one another. So, while we're not about the past entirely, we celebrate and recognize the importance of traditions, and we are forward thinking. I just want to share with you a bit of information about the turkey feather cane, which I'm wearing.
Joe, can you use his mic? I just think it's clearer.
Is it better?
Yeah, try.
Is it better?
Yes. I think there was
A glitch? In 1609, there is a recorded record by Henry Hudson as he approached the shores of the island of Manhattan, observing Lenape standing on the shoreline wearing turkey feather canes. They are both worn by men and women. They are not ceremonial. Everyone loves to think everything's ceremonial. These are not. They're practical. They're also beautiful. They provide cover and warmth, and they're water repellent. So they have a certain function. Function can also be beautiful. These garments, these items of dress, have all but disappeared from our communities over the hundreds of years of our displacement. The same with the bandolier bells. So as a tribal member and as an artist, I have sought to bring these traditional garments back to today. Not so much in the respect of looking backwards, but in looking forward. Because I want our young people to be still and to be makers. You know, it's not so much about the individual cape or the bandolier bag as it is about the process of being right and true and in relationship to the art and the beauty that you're creating. There's great lessons in it, to be still and to be in communication, to be a maker of things. You can cook, you can be a maker of a beautiful meal, you can be a maker of a beautiful quilt, beautiful painting, or beautiful garden. This turkey feather cape is one of 3 that was in the exhibit at the Cooper Hewitt Museum of Art and Design, and it served as a welcome to territory. It was the first installation that one experienced when entering the museum. That exhibit just ended, so now we're in the process of seeing where else the turkey feather capes might show. There is one on exhibit currently at Gracie Mansion, along with paintings by Lenape artists. Do you want to talk about the bandolier bag? The bandolier bag, an item of men's dress, really became, they began to appear in the mid-1800s. And they really are inspired by the military bandolier, the shell casing belts, but interpreted in a new way. Fully beaded, the typical Lenape beadwork designs, abstract floral motifs, bold, big shapes, and very adventuresome use of color. And that's one thing that excites me, because we sometimes think that native art, traditional native art, is conservative. And yet when I visit old beadwork, it's really wild, wonderful, experimental colorways. The other thing about the bandolier bag, it's a 2-needle applique stitch. And if you look at the old bandolier bags in museums, the paper patterns that are just under the bead, the beaded surface, are sometimes on Sears catalog pages. They're on old gas mills, like using things from everyday life to make art. Growing up in Oklahoma, I'd never seen a bandolier bag. I'd only seen photographs of them. In the early 1990s, I received a residency with the National Museum of the American Indian. And this is before they had moved the collection to Washington. It was still in the Bronx, the Hike collection. And so I got to visit Lenape material in the collection. And I saw firsthand, for the first time, a Lenape beaded bandolier bag. But what was even more moving about that experience was to read the provenance on that piece. The collection was by M.R. Harrington, collected Oklahoma, Copan, Oklahoma, 1920. So these important items of dress were collected and removed from I'm determined to bring them back. And the first bandolier bag that was created, we took back home to our dances, and people would come around camp and look at that bag and touch it. They come back. 2 years later, there was another bag by another artist. 3 years later, another bag. So I have experienced in my life the reality and the fact that art can inspire future actions, can inspire one to move forward into the future. And so these examples, from my perspective, are not just about reflections of historic past garments, items of dress. They really are signals.
This bandolier bag in particular, that I'm wearing today, Joe began making this bag during the start of the pandemic. Isolation began. And speaking of needing to be still, he completed it pretty much at the end, towards the end. Things opened up a bit. Through the years, I've worn another bandolier bag that's on exhibit right now, and the best way I can describe it is being held. That even if you're alone, standing somewhere, facing a challenge, you can think of your relatives, the people who are thinking of you, praying for you, and then with this bag, you also feel you are being held, and that's a really beautiful, beautiful feeling. Yes, the bag is a passport. You really don't need to communicate that much. It's understood. Understood that you're coming from community and that sense of kinship.
Oh, it's beautiful on the back.
So
Looks like hickory
So this is referred to as a double curve design element. It's common among Algonquin people. You'll see this by other tribal nations. Chestnut leaf,
Uh-huh.
chestnut. Sassafras. Sassafras. Which is also part of our logo. And in terms of identity, every nation has very specific beadwork designs. So when you are wearing this bag, you're identified as Lenape. You are seen as a Lenape person. People know why that's. That's Crazy Joe.
The colors.
And you'll see many colors. And there are different periods of historic work when certain colors were available. Cheyenne pink, we see the early bags, a background color often is pink. It's called Cheyenne pink. And it was a color that was common among traders during that period. So oftentimes, the art is defined by the material that's available, but used in very imaginative and new ways. And while we're talking about return and growing things in the forest, I want to share with you that we have returned Sasapsi to the ancestral homeland, which is Lenape blue corn. And Curtis Zuniga, who was here at the beginning of this forest planting was directing our agricultural program in the Hudson Valley. So we returned Lenape blue corn seeds in partnership with Farm Hub, and we were growing Lenape blue corn and 3 varieties of Lenape beans. But here's the thing. 5 years ago, when we started the project, we were able to access a handful of seeds that had been held in the seed bank at the University of Iowa. Those seeds had been put away by tribal elder Nora Thompson Dean in my community, and they were part of her will upon her death, that these seeds needed to be saved for future generations. So 5 years ago, we got a handful of seeds. We had enough that first year for 25 plants. That's it, 25 plants. Last year's harvest was 1,740 pounds of Lenape blue corn seeds. So this world can be very jealous if we're working in a good way, like the forest. I saw beach plum out there, and we began a project 2 years ago with the New York City Parks Department, where we've returned the beach plum to the shores in Inwood Hill Park. And again, in the Hudson journals, you'll see mention of these forests of beach plum growing along the Hudson in my county. What else? Yep.
So with the climate change over the centuries, are you finding the growth of these seeds the same as, I know, is there information to show if there are any differences in growth patterns and output over the centuries?
I don't have data, but what I do have is the understanding that these seeds are resilient, like our people, and that they will adapt and adjust and continue. These are turkey feathers. And I understand that you had a turkey here.
Yeah.
Roosevelt Island, Rosie.
He left us.
So
BJ was supposed to bring her back. It was your job to bring her back to Battery Park.
She went to Battery Park.
she's at Battery Park.
And we got
It's time to return Rosie to Roosevelt Island. Or more. Yeah. And the other, one other final comment regarding feathering. It's not exclusive to Lenape culture. You'll find feathered capes among many different tribal communities, particularly those tribes in the southeast, but also across the Americas. Feathers have been used as garments in the Pacific. So it's time to hit the fashion runway. Bean dance. We'll do the bean dance song.
Now you have a broken foot, Joe, so we're gonna sit this one out.
I have to sit this one out.
So,
Should we? So this is the bean dance song, which is a social dance of the Lenape. 4 years ago, during the harvest of the Lenape blue corn in Hudson Valley, Kingston, New York. We also share that space with the Mohawk people. I asked Hadrien to bring the Bean Dance song back. He had 3 days to do it. It's complicated. There are many different persons who did it. So the song was sung during that harvest ceremony. And after the end of that song, Kenny, who was the cultural representative of the Mohawk, came up to me and said, "That's our song." I said, "No, that's a Lenape song." He said, "You're right. Your people gave us that song before they left to keep it safe." Think about that.
That's beautiful.
How these songs and these dances continue and find expression in a particular life experience.
Yo, Gene! Yo, Gene! Yo, Gene! Oh, hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Yahweh! Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Way-ya, way-ya. Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Yahweh! Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Way-ya, way-ya. Ho-ho! Yanni, yo-hee-yo! Yanni, yo-hee-yo! Way-way-way-yana! Way-way-yanni! Oh-hee-yo! Way-way-way-yana! Way-way-yanni! Oh-hee-yo! Way-way-way-yana! Way-way-yanni! Oh-hee-yo! Way-way-way-yana! Way-way-yanni! Oh-hee-yo! Yo-yo! Way-way-ho-yanni! Way-way-ho-yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Way-way-ho-yanni! 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 Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Way-way-ho-yanni! 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 Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Way-way-ho-yanni! 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 Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Way-way-ho-yanni! Yo-yo! Way-way-ho-yanni! Way-way-ho-yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Hi-yo, Yanni! Way-way-ho-yanni!
Thank you. Another hand for our beautiful friends and partners in building this amazing forest. It is so moving to be here with you guys, to have spent 6 months planning this forest, to listen to the stories. I still think about the story you told. 2 things. One, how Henry Hudson came down that West River and noted in his journals all of those beach plums and because it's food, and the forest can feed us with the elderberry, the strawberry that are in these forests right now. And the other thing I remember you both saying, and I take it to heart and I'm excited about it, is this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Let's go out and make lots of forest friends. They have a beautiful anthology that they worked really hard on with the Brooklyn Public Library, and they've also done curriculum for the school system, pre-K all the way to 12 with the Teachers College of Columbia University. So I know everyone here is hungry to learn. I know I dig to learn every day, and young at heart, which I fall into that category, we really like learning more. So we're really happy that you found us and we found you, and that we can be partners and grow like this forest. And one of the questions I always get is, wait, you put them too close together, won't they compete? No, that's a human thinking. They do not compete. They reach for the sun together and they exchange those nutrients underground. Humans, I know, we're just like here for a blip, we came late, but the forest for millions of years knows this, so we can think of close community. Close. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Everything's going to be all right. It's actually going to be better. Thank you guys. Now listen, enjoy some chocolate cake, chocolate cookies, some snacks in the back, some drinks. Please make some leaf art with Janine and Reese. They're going to show you some of the species, and I'll be standing around if anyone wants to do any kind of tour of the forest. And we have free giveaway compost here from our friends at Big Reuse, and they have gotten beautiful compost. Take it back home for your family, which I mean your trees and shrubs and flowers. Care of Earth Matters. So thank you all for being here. Please talk to each other, get close, it's okay. Thank you. Enjoy all the activities and the photo show back there. Thank you very much.